From that time, real Raymond himself remained at the State Mental Facility, safely far away from Saint and here, and nearer to God's end, perhaps. Wherever that is, no one knew or cared to say. And so there he sat until he died. There until he was, he is. And even now he is. And even now it seems he is forever speaking his own mind to no one. We are, it seems, allowed to marry. If only nature's bed would keep the bond. But death permits the eternal union only in the afternoons, and only if the garden does not rain. I always attend, of course. Each afternoon I go to the appointed place. I go sweet-smelled like all the other flowers. This flower of my body is the only one she gave for me to keep. And all its seed and blossom is the cutting that remembers her. And so, remembering, I go to meet her, after all. This garden is the garden of no mind. Who can remember the every detail of a flower, or its fruit, or any given tree? What grows is always changing, always new. Memory has no purpose in a garden's wedding bed. This place is tended by the mad, where I visit her. Or am I mad and she is dead? That I am mad and she is dead, my feeling heart can never know, or fondly understand. It wants to be so beautiful. How carefully in every plot of growth the mad avoid the angular, everything in rounds. Those who visit here are said to become divine. It says in hospital writing on my wall, I am allowed to go to garden each day in the afternoon, weather permitting. The other insane do their circles in the mornings, briefly enduring their unimagined lives before the sun cracks their skulls. I always tell the keepers, Quandra has to meet me by the stone chairs. Therefore I wait. I feel as if I'm waiting for the gardener to cut the intrusive sprouts from my ever-growing mind. Was I the gardener this morning? And did I already trim the hedge and edges from this natural mind? And is there any mind of me, or only nature's thing of thoughts? And is she there in mind, or is she here in me? Now, is she coming? Is her skin, by this labour of my repetitions, awfully frecked with all the colours of the soil? Are her palms significant with garden bruises, and the sign of every weather on her wrists? Will she reach into the eagerless congregation of the flowers to touch their thorny wraiths? Will she slip the message of her never-sameness behind their innocent limbs? I would find her here. Yes, I would say, here she is. And, hi, baby, aren't you pretty? Aren't you so silly being here? Everyone asks for you. But I did not expect her to survive. And is she here? And even if I think she is not here at all. I often bring her hospital candy. It must be for her, because I never eat it myself. And I always carry a shapeless gown provided in a heap like mine, and when I see it on my arm, there she is, if I think so. But I do not. I am thinking how she might say, "Hello, my sweetheart," every day, and we might kneel in the stone, if I thought it so. I kneel in the stone. I would feel the institutional backs of her legs, yes, but I only look at my empty right hand, and I do not dare to make my right hand seem to grasp a someone in the garden, for I fear the doctors might come suddenly and broom us, ugly with their antiseptic thoughts, into the bottomless garden pond, the motionless green thing all around. It is a chair of human silence where I sit, among the unsinging birds of her absence, where together sun and moon quench life fire and my everyday into an undifferentiated night. And I would be forever insulated from the heat of this ever-perishing garden, insulated by the only coolness, the coolness of my Quandra's self-forgetting flower in hand. But I must not show my bridegroom tears to doctors in the garden. She promised to untie the ponded reeds that bond us to the garden's wedding bed of dying things. I wait for her to take full hands of fish in water to my feeling heart, and by a multitude of one great fish to set me free, to fly away with her, and no meridian again. But only her absent fingers move my forehead hair and knot in memorial circles that lead to evening and all dark, and her iconic body is thus, by my every thought, recoiled in me, so that I become the garden, and the garden of our meeting is only me. I see the innocent flowers of day are soon deflowered by darkness. I must return to my waiting room, and to the lifeless wanness of my absent Quandra's handmaid night. And here or there, in this garden of me, all eyes are fixed to see a moon that never comes. What mean pattern spins me here? To where can I escape when I want only to be here with her and never bothered by the gardener? It is a homely fault to make a loved one out of deepest hairs that rot in rotting time's own rotting space. But now I see, and oh,